good-looking pan. And any barmaid can be a star maid if she dances with or without a band. Hollywood.
It's Friday, March 30th, 2007, and this is episode 237 of Walt Disney World Today. I'm Matt Hodgeberg from MGMstudios.org. On the show today, we have Len Testa, co-author of The Unofficial Guide to Walt Disney World. How are you, Len?
How's it going, Matt?
I asked you first.
I'm okay. How are you?
Okay.
I'm doing great.
Also on the show is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
Lights, camera, action.
And also on the show is Mike Scopa of MousePlanet.com. Welcome, Mike.
And here's the little skipper now. Don't worry, Scruffy. You're not burned. You're just got a healthy glow.
Oh, that'd be Sir
Muppets.
from Alien Encounter.
See.
Nice.
Well, on today's show, we're going to do another Mystery Science Theater 3000 show. We did an earlier show about Spaceship Earth, which I'll post a link in the show notes to. But today, we've picked the Great Movie Ride. So, without further ado, boys, here we go. So, we're all moseying down Hollywood Boulevard to get to the Great Movie Ride. And
I shouldn't have worn these shoes.
Len, did you get the wait time?
Not today. It's 15 minutes.
Too bad.
15 minutes. Oh, you got to go run over Sunset Boulevard and get more wait times.
He said, "Hold on, which tower there? Hold on."
Cloud in the sky today.
No, I was just gonna say that. It's a great day today, isn't it? Oh, hold on. Let me compare my shoes to Bing Crosby's. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, that's not a shoe.
That's Scopa.
Scopa, how'd you get your name in here?
He laid the concrete.
All the oldies but goodies are there.
Exactly.
So we're walking in the building.
Look at the guy shorts, will you? That'd be a lot.
Hey, see those lamps? I've got ones just like them in my house.
Spectacular.
Any
Yes.
Narnia.
I see that. Okay, see the fur coat that's there. It's actually made out of squirrel. Casablanca, one of my favorite movies, is playing when you walk in the theater.
Yeah, when you walk in, you see the movie trailers, and Casablanca is one of them.
I love that movie.
And of course,
Casablanca.
and the woman's making the little announcement, please, don't eat.
I could sit here and watch the trailers all day long.
Oh, the trailers are great. I love the, Indiana Jones and Alien, and they're really, very, very, very.
I don't know if anyone's noticed this before, but if you're sitting there watching the Casablanca trailer, is that Grace Kelly? She was good looking.
Ingrid Bergman.
That's
Ingrid Bergman. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's right.
Study up on your hot 40 chicks, man.
I'm sorry. That's right. Yeah. Oh, how did I screw that up? Oh, I'm never gonna hear the end of
Oh,
that.
here come all the listener emails.
I'll say it's like you saying Caballeros.
See? Humphrey Bogart.
Humphrey Bogart. Casablanca. Which technically means black house, and no, not really. It doesn't. All right, so you guys want to hear something funny? I finally watched. Mary Poppins is also one of the trailers in the Great Movie. I finally sat down and watched that yesterday with my daughter. It wasn't bad.
Was it really, Len?
Mary Poppins is a good movie, huh?
Hey, Newell, let's go watch that. I've been waiting for 40 years to hear a good recommendation about that movie.
2 thumbs up.
1964.
Yeah, about
I
that.
know, really.
The funny thing about the trailer and the Great Movie Ride for Mary Poppins is it's like they yell at you. They're like, "You'll love Mary Poppins.
You
Better
will
watch Mary Poppins. Come
will
see
watch it until
Mary
you love
Poppins. Your kids will love Mary Poppins." And literally, like they say it like 8,000 times. Like I'm sure you can hear it in this little audio over here, but
And everyone's favorite funny man, Dick Van Dyke.
Is he really everybody's favorite funny man?
Jolly holiday of animation delights. Timeless
But,
entertainment.
Just a moment. Mary Poppins.
Oh,
will you be good
Fantasia.
enough to explain all this?
yeah, Fantastic.
I really like Fantasia. I really like Fantasia. I mean, I don't like
And
some
wondrous
of the cartoons. Yeah, but you
magic.
think as a concept, as a
Mary Poppins
work of art, I
with
think
the
Fantasia
songs,
is
the
very
Yeah,
good.
never liked her on
and the
American
motion
Idol.
picture excitement.
She's from High Point, North Carolina, right?
Walt Disney's Mary Poppins.
Funny.
Your whole family will love.
It actually was
Mary
my introduction into the music of Johann Sebastian Bach, my favorite composer.
Well, I just find Fantasmic to be
Fantasmic?
Fantasia. Sorry, Fantasia is Disney's overly
Ingrid
obsessed about
Bergman.
it.
Ingrid Bergman. I think some of them, especially the ones that, especially the Toccata and Fugue, the one by Bach, is the idea of not having an actual visual narrative, like a story with conventional characters. I thought was very creative, and especially for the 40s.
Well, why don't we say we get on the Great Movie Ride?
That's fine. There's never a way for this attraction. Hey, this is where I won my my first set of Year of a Million Dreams Fast Passes. Let's see if the Dream Squad is anywhere around here.
Okay, let's take a look for it. Let's go move all the way down. Keep moving, Snowbo.
Okay.
Keep going. There's people behind you.
We lost Newell somewhere because he hasn't said anything about on this ride.
I'm right behind you.
He's recording
Run
audio.
along behind the vehicle. What the hell is that?
And we're rolling.
Anaheim.
You guys remember when Rock first
Remember when film was into it?
I don't remember the first time I rode this ride. You see this, the first scene. I don't remember seeing the screen in front. Do you remember that way back?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Always been there.
I think it's always been there. But
So we're going through the ride, right? And the first thing that comes up is the movies of must be Berkeley, right?
yeah, well, Footlight Parade is the first one that comes over there.
And why is it that no one makes musicals anymore, except for High School Musical, or movies that have to do with water,
You know,
other than Waterworld, other than
the-
Kevin Costner?
the market for
Waterworld should've-
water-based movies, you know,
Exactly.
it just went through the tank.
Yeah.
Call me Scope.
Try up. Mary Poppins again.
We're on the Mary
Thing, though,
Poppins
the
part of the
auto
road.
animatron doesn't look like different.
No.
No, not at
He was skinny.
So lifelike.
Oh, Newell is here.
Mike?
I'm behind you.
You're right behind the audio of the vehicle. You dirty rat. Okay, so here's the part. Remember we talked about this a couple shows ago, where the kid in front of me freaked out over Great Movie Ride. This is where she started getting suspicious that something was up.
Oh, by the way, there's a hidden Mickey in this scene over here.
Is it the silhouette made out of bullets?
No, before that.
Behind your left shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh, right over there.
Newell, move out of the way. There you go. Right there.
Look over your left shoulder, guys. Way up. See that?
It's it's behind one of the movie posters, and it's one of them's kind of like torn off.
Oh, you mean that one? The Hidden Mickey Feet.
The hidden Mickey feet.
Right behind Public Enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, missed that.
We'll have to go on it again after this.
So it's funny. Do young kids who go on this ride actually know who half these people are?
I was just thinking that one. You know, this is one of those attractions where I really think it needs an update because how many people know Johnny Weissmuller? How many people know James Cagney?
Other than striking a physical resemblance to me, not many. By small areas.
I mean, when did John Wayne die? Like 81? He's been dead 25 years. Now, John Wayne's different because he's special, but, I mean, you could be 21 years old and have no recollection of John Wayne or John Wayne movies.
Now there's another hidden Mickey in I believe the Western scene, and that's the silhouette one. Let's go with it.
No, we're not there yet. We're still at the point where we're,
Yes. No, we're at the Western scene.
no, we've got to go to the gunfight.
Yeah. Oh, wrong gun. Yeah, you're right.
Wrong set of gunfights. Remember, it's the Great Movie Ride of Death. Now, from this point forward in the Great Movie Ride, look at how many movie scenes have to do with physical violence against other people. Starting with this scene.
Starting with the gangster scene.
All right, I'm gonna say bing every time we pass by something that has to do with physical violence to another person. Okay?
Okay, Len.
When the gangster scene, when that car pulls out on the right hand side, you guys know about I'm sure Matt knows about the license plate.
Oh yeah, the license plate has the date of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Was that when the Cubs beat the Padres 11-0? That St. Valentine's Day Massacre?
Not quite.
Okay. You know what I like about the Great Movie Ride too is how many guns are involved in all of the scenes too. The Great Movie Ride of Death.
There you go. That's the new name. It's interesting. I never noticed that it just goes.
That's why. As we go through it. Okay, so we're in the scene now where there's the gunfight. Now we've of course we've been taken hostage, and there's the threat of physical
bad
violence
actors,
against by bad actors. Exactly. It's like the movie you can't get out of. All right, so from the James Cagney scene, we go to the Western scene, and we've got Clint Eastwood on our right, we've got John Wayne on our left.
We're not really getting away too fast, you know.
Well, you know what's interesting is when you're on a movie, when you're on the Great Movie Ride, there's so many people with you, and there's just sometimes you just have that someone who's sitting behind you or in front of you is annoyingly taking photos of things or recording audio, like wearing a blue shirt that says Disney World Trivia on it. I mean, it's just really annoying.
Oh, yeah.
What's this?
I rode this ride once with Steve Barrett, and he was pointing out all the
And two of Hollywood's legendary
Now, I want you to notice that both John Wayne and Clint Eastwood are carrying guns. And in fact, John Wayne's got his gun pulled out on the Great Movie Ride of Death. but they're not intimidating any sort of physical violence against anyone.
Well, he points John Wayne points his shotgun at some of the people, I think.
It's just incidental. But remember, though, when you're on the Western scene, you've got more gunplay. Again, more physical violence directed towards other people.
Yep.
So hold on, wait. I have to make the sound.
And over here in the Western scene, this is where we have the hidden Mickey.
Didn't there used to be more flames coming out of everything?
Clear. This is the perfect time to
Well, they have the gunfight over there, and I think when that kid that got scared, I think was the first one ever.
No, we actually have something in the book. We don't have something in the ride description about it, but we do in the book kids section about there being too many so much gunfire.
I think it's loud, and that could scare kids, but I don't think the actual actions.
I mean, unless they're from Compton, they're probably not used to seeing that much gunplay on the normal residential streets. They're from Watts.
Well, do you like the Great Movie Ride?
I
think you got up. You get a drink.
No, I'm
you left the ride vehicle.
I'm sitting behind you. Don't forget.
Oh, there you are.
We'll try to sit in with some, seat tight. But talk about fake-looking characters.
Sigourney. Oh my God, doesn't look anything like her.
Oh.
But I want to point out how many people die in Alien. Several. And it's violence against.
And the whole shutdown. The ship's about to explode.
And Len forgot to mention Sigourney had a gun.
That's right.
Flamethrower.
Wow.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not barbecuing.
Shoots something.
It's a projectile weapon.
Weapons up.
Mommy, I'm scared. Is there anything frightening on this ride?
No. Come out of the ceiling, or is it going to come on the side? You're going to get slimed? Are we in Nickelodeon?
Yeah, the aliens are pretty cool. I like the one that comes out of the ceiling more than the one that comes out of the side. I think that's pretty cool when it's actually working. Most of the time, it's either stuck, or it's either stuck inside or it's stuck outside. But it seems almost that it's inevitably more. I've seen it more times broken than I've seen it working.
I've often wished that this push with the alien section. I wish they had a cast member dressed up like an alien and actually walk up
That'd be great.
to
It would work once until someone died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But you know what? Everyone else in the
That
car
would be me.
would be like, best ride ever.
Well, now we're up to Indiana Jones, and there's a hidden Mickey here, and there's a hidden R2-D2 and C-3PO, and probably the hardest ones to find in all the parks. I mean, it's like you gotta have quick eyes and you gotta know where it is basically, because it's in the hieroglyphics over there, and it's tiny.
Yeah. Also, with Mickey and Donald playing checkers.
Yeah. Now you have the bad acting finally comes to an end when you're.
Or does it?
When your gangster goes to try to steal the. Oh, this is terrible. Have you ever seen any decent rendition of this? Halt! And the gangster's like, oh, no, I'll not listen to you. It's always terrible.
The very first time I did the ride was good. Ever since then, it's good.
Yeah, exactly. The first time I saw this was great.
I've just seen, apathy is really the kind of acting they've done. Well, I will admit, I've never been able to see. I know what happens in the effect, but I've never actually seen it happen. There's so much fog, so
It's real magic, isn't it? I mean, they actually disappear.
Oh yeah, hookers.
I've never seen the same cast member twice, so it could be that it's. as you're approaching retirement age with the Disney Corporation, they put you on this ride the last time.
Charlie Ridgway? Yeah, he's in the Mummy scene.
Charlie, you're listen. Next Tuesday, we'd like you to do the Great Movie Ride. No, just do 20 minutes. Just one tour. Yeah, you're gonna be the bad guy.
Oh, be the unbelievable.
Exactly.
You know, this ride, the following scene where you get to the horror movies, this is probably more than even Footlight Parade, I think.
I think I fell asleep during this section the last time I was, or that I was too fixated on the kid. The screen freaked me out. Alright, for once though, once you transition into the, was it the Tarzan scene next?
Yeah, Tarzan.
The jungle scene?
Yeah.
For once, Tarzan doesn't have a gun. No violence against anyone else.
Does have a light.
Yes, he does.
Wait a minute, the elephant's gonna trunk. That's a projectile.
He's a trunk, exactly. He's packing his trunk. Pachyderm, nice. Then we've got Casablanca. Now, granted, there's no violence in the.
Well, that's coming up. We're still in the, as you can hear, on the Tarzan.
Oh,
scene.
sorry. Ooh, is that what that was? I was looking around the corner.
Yeah, well, Mangello is kind of loud.
Yeah.
Next time you guys ride, forgot to look this time. But next time we go through the Tarzan section, look at the upper right-hand side of the room. There's a nest, and in the nest there are a couple of eggs. And Steve, last time I rode with him, wanted to try to figure out if those eggs make a hidden Mickey. It looked like some cast members arranged them. So
Interesting. Funny.
Now we're up to Casablanca. And of course, the big trivia from Casablanca, I overheard this from Mangello up ahead, is that the front of the plane over here is obviously in this scene, and the back of the plane you see in the Jungle Cruise.
Really?
They cut it in half, put one half over here in the Great Movie Ride, and the second half they put in the Great Jungle Cruise.
The Great Jungle Cruise Ride.
The Great Jungle Cruise Ride of Death. It brings a tear to my eyes. Opa's crying, of course.
I'm telling you, Grace Kelly, she's good looking.
It's Wishes, Grace Kelly. It's Wishes, Illuminations, and the Great Movie Ride of Death in the Casablanca scene. That just doesn't
Wish Illuminations. Yeah, exactly. And the Great Movie Ride of Death. Farewell. Farewell. We'll always have Paris.
Now, Fantasia doesn't do anything for me, but
Yeah, I know. And I think the Mickey set the segment, except for the fact that it's mildly creative. It's not the best one in the entire film.
well, you know, it's there. There was originally supposed to be a tornado scene over there. Did you know that one?
No, tornado from.
If you look at the cutout, it looks like a tornado. That's why it's blowing wind on you. But for some reason they got rid of the tornado scene. I think it scared too many people or something like that. And they just threw the video over there of Fantasia. Because what's supposed to be is the tornado scene, and then in the next scene you're in the Great
the Great Wizard of Oz.
Great Wizard of Oz.
All right, in the Great Wizard of Oz movie Ride of Death, the witch is dead, is she not?
She is.
And her sister, the Wicked Witch of the
West.
East? West?
Well, the East is dead. West is coming up.
West is,
Father.
okay, so the one of the Wicked Witch of the West threatens to harm you. Luckily, she doesn't have a gun. Yeah, I want to
just a
something
broom.
to it.
She has a broom. That's a weapon.
Exactly, it's loaded. Okay, so
and it turns into fire and lights scarecrows on fire.
Right, if you've watched The Wizard of Oz the movie, you'll notice that there's a Munchkin that's female, red hair, slightly taller than the other Munchkins, and she overacts in this exact scene in the movie. If you looked at in the Great Movie Ride, they've actually recreated her doll and made her overly demonstrative as well in the Great Movie Ride scene. I think it's hysterical. Somebody was really watching the film closely to do that.
Even
so true.
Even 50 years later, she's still stealing the.
She's hamming it up. Yeah, exactly. I gotta get my Screen Actor Guild card. I gotta get my card.
What did I think of that? Sing along, folks. You know the words.
All the overground. Follow the golden road. I mean, yellow brick road.
Last year, I remember going through this ride, and one of the audio animatrons had its head, not the head, but the hat was hanging off. And got hit somehow.
And then, of course, following that, you have the finale scene of the Great Wizard of Oz of Death. Yeah. The Wizard, the
Right,
Emerald City. And then this transitions into an interesting scene, because now we're getting into the part of the attraction where you get to see the film montage. Montage! Right, Newell?
Well, I hope you enjoyed
Newell fell asleep. Okay.
I'm here. I hear everything you say.
Oh, okay. There you go. And you start off with the really old films.
Some of them were pretty good though. The Harold Lloyd films, the Charlie Chaplin films, those were hysterical. Back when I was like growing up, they used to show Harold Lloyd films Harold Lloyd. Hey, did you get the 3D glasses?
3D glasses? No.
No, we don't do now. So this is before the third dimension was invented.
Yeah, no, this is you got the first Scopa reference, the Moses scene.
Exactly. That is actually
My boy.
Yeah, that's actual,
and then
actual footage.
And then they actually, this is the only part of Song of the South you'll ever see released by Disney.
Yeah, that's a good point. And they pushed
Whoopi Goldberg.
Renee.
Yeah, they update parts of it. I mean, depending on which version you see. I like the part where they do the Saturday Night Live.
The airplane.
Yeah.
I knew.
Mongo.
Shut up, will you?
Is there a problem, officers?
Okay, hold on, wait, let me go back. Hold on, wait. Darn it. Okay, from this one. Hold on. We need to start the segment over.
Your joke didn't get in there. You can't stop the whole show.
No. I want to go back and do bing every time a gun shows or every time someone gets hurt. In the old Rambo, bing. There's Freddy Krueger, bing. There's Wizard of Oz, bing. There's Narnia. Okay, no bing. There's Star Trek, bing. There's Fighters, bing. There's Vietnam movie, bing. There's Bridget
People about a kid, bing.
No bing.
There's what's the name? What's the movie with the slow dancing? Oh.
Gone with the Wind.
It's
a Civil War.
Well, that's what's it called? Violence Against Women.
Misogyny.
Slaps her.
Humphrey Bogart. Lady and the Tramp? No.
Roger Rabbit. Remaining references to Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, not really.
Now, you just doing the faces.
Yeah, it's Gene Kelly.
I've never seen the appeal of
Stella!
Of Marilyn Monroe. Good Morning,
Obviously,
Vietnam. Was there any violence in Vietnam?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay, war movie.
Finding Nemo. Bing!
Bing! Thelma and Louise. Bing! High Noon. Bing!
Patton.
Bing! Bing!
Malcolm X.
Wonderful Life. Bing!
Oh, there's Scopa again in color this time.
Oh, there he is on the chariot.
Spartacus. Star Wars.
Oh yeah, now we're going. Remember that this always reminds me. Remember in like the '80s, we'd watch HBO before a movie would start. They would do this like.
Yes.
It
did exactly this.
Yeah, it reminds me of it. I'm glad someone else got that.
That's right.
That's nice. Well,
All right, so what are we doing after this?
To start up.
I know Len has to go get wait times. What are the rest of us doing?
I'm kind of hungry. You want to go over to
Newell, you gotta get your recorder out of the bush.
Yeah, my microphones are.
Relieve Mary of her duties.
Well, security got her.
Security.
Exactly.
Honestly, I've never seen this woman before in my life. And now
some old fast passes I might go using.
Clap.
Yeah, you gotta clap. And now the
exit. Yeah. You didn't suck as much as you clap. Alright.
Got a little compulsive clapping.
We gonna clap?
Yeah, let's get out of this crowd. Jello, move it. Alright, well, that's it for us today. You can find older episodes of the Radar Show. So send us your comments. You can visit the Walt Disney World Today website at www.today.com. You can also email us at questions@www.today.com. For Len Tessa, Mike Scopa, and Mike Gould, I'm Matt Hodgford. We'll see you on the next show.